Hello and welcome to Skype a Lesson. This video is a direct extension from my first video series on open chords for the guitar. This video will be the first of a four-part series learning about bar chords. These shapes that you will learn are used from rock to jazz and everything in between. The chords that are presented in these four videos are called bar chords. The reason being is that all the structures used in these videos will have no open notes and your index finger will act as a human capo. The same shapes learned in the open chord series will be applied and the vast amount of chords will soon emerge. I would like to start with the major chord. As in the first series, we had the E major chord, which we have learned. And normally we play it this way. But for now we're going to leave our first finger free and play the E chord without using our index finger. So it's still the same shape, just not using our index finger. Now what we're going to do is take that shape and move it down, say to the 4th fret. When you play that, it doesn't sound quite right because you're missing this index finger to bar across the fretboard. And by doing so, you're creating a major chord. In this case, the G major chord. As you can see, my finger is touching the note G right here, and I lay my finger across, it becomes a G major chord. And I can move that shape anywhere I'd like across the fretboard. It will still be a major chord. The tonality of the chord will change. For instance, G major chord, root G, I move it down 2 frets, A major chord, the root A. So you can kind of get an idea of how this works. E major chord, open strings. I move it wherever I'd like to move it, down here, put my finger across. It is now a B major chord. So let's go back to the G major chord on the 3rd fret. From here, I would like to transform this major chord by moving this 4th string pinky note back 1 fret, alter our fingerings a little bit, creating the G major 7th chord. G major, move the 4th string note back, G major 7th. Now if we take our middle finger and lift it off, we get a G dominant 7th chord. Once again, G major, move that 4th string back a fret, G major 7th, lift this finger off, G dominant 7th chord. Let's go back to the G major chord. And what we're going to do now is take that middle finger note on the 3rd string and raise it a half step, meaning go up from here, 4th fret to the 5th fret. We're going to alter our fingerings a little bit. G major suspended 4. G major, alter our fingerings, raise that note, G major suspended 4. Or just G sus 4. Let's go to the G 7th chord, G dominant 7th chord. Looks like this. My pinky's not involved. Now I'm going to take my pinky and put it on to the 3rd string, 5th fret, creating the G 7th suspended 4 chord. Once again, G 7th. Raise that 3rd string note, G 7th suspended 4 chord, G 7th suspended 4. Let's recap the major chords. G major, G major 7th, G dominant 7th, back to G major, raise that note, G suspended 4, G major suspended 4, back to G major, G 7th, raise that note, G 7th suspended 4. Let's now move on to minor chords. As we recall from the first videos, we have the standard E minor chord. What I'd like to do is play that with these two fingers, your pinky and ring finger, still in the E minor chord, not changing. I'd like to move that down to the 5th fret and put the bar across as we did in the major chords, and we are creating the G minor chord, derived from E minor, move it down, bar across, G minor chord. From this chord, I'd like to take the 4th string and move it back as we did in the major chord, thus creating the G minor major 7th chord. G minor chord, move back, G minor major 7th chord. If we take that finger off, we're creating the G minor 7th chord. G minor, G minor major 7th, G minor 7th. Let's go over all these chords once more. G major, G major 7th, G dominant 7th, G major suspended 4, G 7th suspended 4, G minor, G minor major 7th, G minor 7th. This concludes the first of 4 videos on bar chords. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.